Hi guys, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Okay, so for this video, I have a hot take that having a crush is just a time waste. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that your emotions are invalid to have a crush. We all have hormones that are, especially when we're teenagers, hormones going up and down, and they're just all in the peak, and distractions are so many, and this is the age which is also known to be the age, the prominent age to sin and to get indulged into distractions. And you know what, even if we do get indulged successfully into the distractions, we're like, oh, but this is the age, that's the excuse we use. The reason I've made this video is because in Islam we are supposed to avoid haram relationships, and Allah has said in the Quran that do not even go near to adultery. So basically, where does adultery start from? What is the initial steps? They are something like, you look at someone, you don't choose to break the eye contact, you choose not to look down, and then baby steps. It's never that a Muslim who's trying to resist adultery or zina gets into it at the first go. We're not like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put anyone down, but in those Netflix series that represent the West culture, it's pretty much like some of these college drama series. There is one person, they've just gone through a breakup or whatever. They look at another person in a bar, they have an eye contact, they have a moment, they get some chemistry, and bang. So for us though, it's different, right? For us Muslims, we want to resist it. And for any person that wants to resist adultery or getting physically involved with someone before marriage is quite difficult in the present day and age, and they try to resist it. But a lot of the times what happens, my friend, is you want to resist it, you try to resist it, and the more you try to resist something, unfortunately, the more you develop an obsession with it too. That's just how it works. The initial stages of having the crush are resisting the crush. You see someone, you feel a certain way towards them, and then you want to resist it. You just want to not think about them. You look at them and you're developing feelings for them, but you want to resist it. You're like, no, I can't. It's not allowed. It's not. And I want to be loyal to my future spouse and whatever. But somewhere deep down, there's an obsession that's growing day by day for that person inside of you. And before you know it, you want to pretty much call it love. In that case, what you should do is, first of all, sit down and accept. I have a crush on this person. I like this person. And what is halal in Islam? So if you're the age when you're considering marriage, you could sit down and tell, okay, let me just look them up, or let me just take out some information about them that I can. And you could actually directly approach the person. What happens in cultures is parents want to talk to each other first, and parents want to introduce kids to each other, as opposed to the kids introducing the parents to each other. But if you're a teenager, or if you're somebody that does not want to get married yet, but you're getting all these emotions and feelings towards one person, and you don't want to get into haram, you sit down with yourself and you tell yourself that I have a crush on this person. Every day, talk about that person as much as you can. Honestly, you know what? Avoid talking to your friends about it, especially the friends that pretend to be friends with people that they backbite about in front of you. You know those people very well, and if you have those people in your life, I bet you'd be the topic in many of their conversations as well. I'm pretty sure about it. So if you tell those people, they're just gonna try to tell you, oh, this girl is just into guys, this girl is all about guys. And the way it works in girls is that if one girl is modest and she's able to keep her fists tight and avoid haram, what she then chooses to do is judge another girl for getting a crush, for liking somebody, and for admitting it, not necessarily taking any action, but just for simply even getting a crush. And you want to avoid sharing your personal secrets, especially about like having a crush with some people, because they'll just not understand. They want to paint a whole different picture. They want to go down a whole different lane that you don't even think about it that way. You're just addressing the fact that you have developed feelings for a person, and there could be a few people that would try to give a whole new story, because people love to talk, people love gossips. Any person that's telling you hey babe, especially a girl, if there's a girl telling you, hey babe, you know what, please tell me about your crush, let me just have the tea, let me just know who it is, who's the lucky boy. Little by little takes out all of that info out of you. They'll use it against you. I promise you, they'll go have gossips about it, they'll share it with everyone, and you are the talk of the town for a while. So avoid sharing it with the people that you cannot trust. Honestly, my mother has been my best friend, and I've been able to share things like this with my mother since my young age. So I share everything with her. And as well, Allah knows everything. You know, I talk to Allah, so He knows everything. And there are a couple of friends that I can still trust with these matters. So I talk to them, but it's never with somebody I cannot trust that I want to talk to about this. Honestly, it's not even about, if you're not afraid of your crush getting to know that you like them, because you just don't care about it that way, that's amazing. Like, I'm one of you. But what about if you can avoid being the talk of the town, if you can avoid being the gossip giver for some jobless person that just derives their pleasure out of gossiping about other girls and putting other girls down, then why do you want to go ahead and give that gossip to them? But you sit down and you talk about those feelings, you address them. Just keep talking to yourself. Admit it, I like them. And the reason that I am really sensitive towards these little issues that people might have, because I believe for two reasons. First of all, girls are shy, girls are sensitive. So when I talk about something that has a lot to do with emotional aspect of your life, then I'm considering the fact that women are sensitive and emotional. And second of all, it's because women are shy. You know, for us, it's a big deal if we get a crush. If for a guy, he could just look at someone and be like, hey, she's fine and this and that and whatever. For a girl, it's different. For a girl, emotions are involved, right? For a girl, it's barely ever that she looks at a guy and she's like, oh, he's damn good looking and whatever. That might happen, but then that's where it might end as well. But if it is a crush, you best believe for a girl, emotions are involved. And that's why it's an issue. It's an issue because it's time waste, it's a lot of insecurity, because it's pretty much like you are in this one-sided thing with the person doesn't know about it, so you have, without them knowing it, you're burdened in your imaginary world, them with the responsibility of feeding into that side of you that crushes over them. So if they talk to another girl, you are hurting. You're the one that's giving them the power when you have a crush on them to control your emotions. So if they talk to another girl in front of you, you'll feel jealous. So again, it's like a you problem now. When they're not talking to you, when they don't look at you, they don't even know you have a crush on them. But again, you're the one that's hurt, you know, because your emotions are involved. So that is why having a crush is baseless. You talk about it until you get rid of it. And honestly, I know some of us are such that we think things, we like people, we like places, and a few things that we're quite embarrassed ourselves to admit, but literally just accept it, you know, because it's okay. It's okay for you to like someone that you might think, oh, why did I just end up liking this person? Oh, do I not love myself enough that I told myself I wouldn't get a crush, but I then again got a crush? It's okay. It's all hormones. It's very, very natural. Don't be ashamed of having crushes. But as well, in order to not act upon it, also listen to the Quran. If you've had a past experience of when things went just beyond having a crush on the person, remember them and write them down in your journal. Especially in these times when you're crushing over this one person, just remember the verses of the Quran which are against giving any attention at all to the opposite gender that might involve evocation of any feelings. And in the end of the day, don't look at it as a contract that Allah has told me, lower your gaze, so I'll lower my gaze. But you know, if they're not looking at me, I might just look. Be honest with yourself. You know what is it that you're doing that can possibly also like fuel up your feelings for them. Avoid doing everything that can take you anywhere close to adultery, even if it is like being around them. And always remind yourself of the verses of the Quran and the importance of preventing ourselves from sins like zina and being engaged with the opposite gender, and as well the consequences like the negative results of sinning. That can really help you, because the fear of Allah is enough for a person to just pull back from these kind of things. Your fear of Allah should be more than your desire and your love for Allah and your desire to have a better akhirah and a peaceful life in your grave should be more than your emotions, your hormones going up and down. You might feel like it's love or something, but I kid you not, it's all your hormones. If you haven't talked to that person, if you haven't spent any real time with that person, it's just your hormones. When you have a crush on someone, it's not that they're special by the way they are. Okay, a quality of theirs might really please you and be attractive to you, but then again, that doesn't tell that there's some mesmerizing individual. If anything, you're pouring that energy into them. You are making them special. Your idea of them, your imagination of them, and the way you look at them with so many emotions is what makes them special. You pour your energy into them. It's not like they are special. You pour your energy into them. Your beautiful, sacred, positive energy that you could have just preserved to yourself, you've poured it into them. So remember, they're never special. You've made them special. Trust me, when the feelings go, you're like, why is it that people get crushes and the feelings go away and you're like, I like this person? Not because that person is bad, but because they're nowhere close to where you put them. So if you meet a person that you don't have any such feelings for, you're always very neutral towards them. You don't pedestalize them. You neither pedestalize them, nor do you put them like on the ground for you that they're nowhere. But when you have a crush, you polarize them. You either put them on the pedestal like some perfect individual that is so mesmerizing, or you're just like they're the worst person. You're never neutral towards them. But with somebody that you don't have a crush on, you're neutral. If they're good to you, makes no difference to your life. If they're not very good to you, makes no difference to your life. I mean, on an emotional and a platonic way it would, but not in a romantic way, right? But then understand it's all you. You're the one that feels this way. You're the one that has made them special. You're the one that is having these imaginations. You're the one that's having these hallucinations, daydreams about the person. They most probably are nowhere close to what you imagined them to be, and the crush will literally go away. Trust me, I've been there, done that, and just sharing through my personal experiences. And this is not a long video, but that's gonna help me easily put captions to this video. I hope you like this video, guys. If you did, do like this video, share it with somebody that needs to listen to this, and subscribe to my channel. Inshallah, I will meet you in my next video. Allah Hafiz.